Greetings, vloggers, bloggers, followers, and potters. Dustin here from Dustin's Dynasty with the first half of this week's vlog. So today, as you can see in my background, if you're watching my video, that we have the background of the city that I live in. And well, I do love my city very much. I did enjoy getting back out into the swing of things after we're entering sort of year 3 of the pandemic. So that's a big thing. But it seems the pandemic is getting to wane off. So we're hoping so. Masks have been removed in many places. There are still a few that require the use of masks, but we're starting to see some progress, and the COVID numbers daily are starting to see progress. So we're resuming many of the things that we've already been resuming, but we're feeling a lot more safe. I am at least feeling a little more safer doing them. And as such, I have been starting to get out into my community more. So, as now not this past weekend because we had a lot of snow, but the week before, I had felt like getting out into my community more. And getting out into your community is just getting out there and, being out there among the residents of the community. And, even though, I may not own a vehicle at this present moment, it does just give you a sense of feel good and want and need to be out there among the people, because staying in a home for a long period of time is not healthy. It's not good for your health. It's detrimental to taking care of yourself. And just as much as you need to go to work, as I do, or as I feel I do, personally, it's my choice, but or go to day program, which there are so many that have shut down within the course of COVID, but mine is still staying afloat barely, but it's there. And luckily we still have these things still going on in our lives where we still have to do things, and getting out is a very healthy thing. Being active and choosing to have a routine and be active in whatever way that may be, whether that's a routine to your community or a routine to day program or a routine to work, it is definitely worth, you have to be productive. If you're not productive, you're just going to fall and fall back, and you're going to be sloth-like. And that was what I was at the end of this past week. It was very sloth-like and very not together with things, just doing the bare minimum, just getting by. And it was very detrimental. And as such, I couldn't follow my same routine that I normally follow every weekend. It was very off kilter, so to say. And it's just very different. But now that I hope that we're finally through the winter weather, it is in the 40s, 30s today, it says outside. So that does give me some hope that there is hope at the end of the tunnel, that we're going to get into the nicer weather this week. And I'm going to take a little mental health vacation to take care of that, to balance that out, as I do need to take one every quarter and a day every month, because to protect my mental health when working. So I'm going to take advantage of that and get into my community more a little bit this week. Also, try to get some activity in. I'm planning on doing a 5K in 5 weeks, hopefully, if the fingers crossed. So just planning to do some things. And, I think we've been so set back by this COVID thing for the last 2 years that it's not going to go away right away, at least. So we have to combat it and do what we can and what we know we can, and hopefully that everybody else around us can can be around us and be well and still stay well when they're out, so that it doesn't cause issues when people are out in public. 2 years ago, about not even 2 years ago, but I've been living here in this new home of mine, and I haven't got used to the dynamic of how to get out in the community as much, and I reserve myself to very few places to go because I was just lazy and was just in a hurry and didn't want to be active. But now that I'm in a more positive mindset and more of a better mind frame about myself, I feel more comfortable going out in the community than I once did. And COVID has played a part in not, with the cases being down and such, not to want to be going out more in the community. Um, it's just, I just know that, but part of that I know too is that I have to be well as well. And part of being well is making sure that, I take care of my regimens and follow my regimens and do what I need to do, take care of my hygiene issues, so on and so forth. So, it's just something that you do. You got to accept the ways things sometimes are. And with that, I didn't, a long time I was very angry about being in my new housing situation instead of being thankful for it. But now I'm thankful for it, and I'm starting to slowly accept more things about life and what things are going to be like in the future. But it's a slow process, and it's going to play itself out, I feel. And there's going to be some things in the future that I feel are going to play some process and provide some additional opportunities someday as well. But it's just so, it's scary sometimes, but and sometimes doing things that are outside of our comfort zone are not the best, are not proven, are kind of scary, and they're very frightful at times. But once we do them, we excel at them and we do well. So that's one stance of it. But being part of your community, that's the thing, like doing things in your community that you can do. It's very important to be a part of your community that you live in, because the people will know who you are and what you can contribute. And being autistic, you can always contribute something if you have the ability to do so. You know, you actually mean you don't necessarily mean that you have to be in an authoritative role, but you can do what you can do in your capacity to help your community out, and simply just be living it by living and being proud of the community that you live in and showing support in that manner. When you support your community, it has a sense of a good feeling that you show that you care about the community that you live in. Looking back 2 years ago, I had began to have this mindset, but I was not at the best wellness point as far as being well, and was not the best candidate for being supportive of my community. I was committing too much and being pretty scattered for myself, alongside of other commitments to follow through with. And if it was everywhere, and then everything crashed, as we know, and we started over, and we're back. And while we are back, and we've been back at least a year, but we're continuing to build on to things as time goes on. You know, um, we're getting out there, and it's just contributing, and even if you don't have the funds to contribute, at least being very small. Even if it's being as small as buying a hoagie off of a fire department, or you don't have to worry about eating the rest of the day. You can get into doing the things that you enjoy, such as going to have breakfast, or doing those, or donating those unwanted foods to a little free pantry or a blessing box, and or a little, or there's books to to a little free library for reading. There's always something you can do to contribute to your community. Um, you know, if while people that are autistic, or have other needs, they may not always have the way to contribute to the ways and means to contribute to their community financially. But however, there are many places that are willing to have you as a volunteer, and they use their membership fees to support things that you take for granted, such as trails, historical sites, and similar things. And there's also places for autism that advocate for things. And while they meet virtually, it's just as equally as important. And if you enjoy any of these, you know, things, you should try to contribute as much as you can, such as a Lego club or something. Just try to do something and you need to keep something to keep busy. It's all with keeping busy. It's all with having a sense of community and pride, just like I do in this photo here in my background. I love my city. I love this picture. This picture is taken at many angles by many different people, but I love it for the way it is, for what it is, and I love it. It's just something I love. I think many people in my small town love that. It's just something that you just love and you will enjoy. So with that being said, I'm going to thank you for listening to this vlog. I know it was short and it was scattered, but I've really been trying to figure out the words to come out about it, but now I have. So I'm going to thank you again for listening. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Destin's Dynasty, on the web at destinsdynastyusa.com. Uh, this will be transformed into a podcast on many platforms, including Spotify at Destin's Dynasty ASD. Also, if you like this video, please tap a like button. A dislike if you want to. Be sure to tap that notification bell if you want to get more notifications when I release more videos. And lastly, be sure to follow me on Pinterest and TikTok at Dustin's Dynasty ASD. I'm going to thank you for listening now. Have a good day now. Bye-bye.